Am I the a-hole for selling my Taylor Swift tickets after my girlfriend cheated? So here I am, 27 years old, staring at my laptop, wondering if I just completely nuked my life or if I finally did something right. I'm talking about a situation where I came up with what some might call a creative way, an inventive way, to get even with my ex girlfriend after finding out she cheated on me. And let me tell you, I'm not just getting the wrath of her, I'm getting the wrath of all her friends for what I did. Because, believe me, in their eyes, this is like the worst thing you could ever do. A few months back, I hit a lucky streak. I won some money. Nothing life changing, but enough to feel like I could do something special. So, hey, I decided to surprise my girlfriend, who's 25, with tickets to Taylor Swift's Vancouver show. Yeah, I know, Taylor Swift. Trust me, it wasn't my first choice. I'd probably rather watch paint dry, or maybe sit through a tax audit, but she's a massive Swiftie, has been since forever, and I knew this would mean the world to her. It was supposed to be a grand gesture, something to show her how much I cared, how much I was invested in us. I shelled out around $800 for two really good seats. I'd heard the crazy stories about ticket prices, so I felt like I got a decent deal for what they were. Everything was going fine, or so I thought. We were doing our thing, just a regular couple, you know. Then, last week, my world pretty much imploded. She'd been using my laptop to print some stuff for work, and being the considerate guy I am, I went to close out her tabs when she was done. That's when I saw it. Her Instagram DMs were wide open. And not just open, but weeks of flirty messages and plans to meet up with some work friend of hers. My stomach dropped. It felt like I'd been punched right in the gut. I sat there, staring at the screen, and it was like a highlight reel of everything I thought we had. Just crashing down, all those little things that might have seemed off. The late nights, the vague excuses, the times she was glued to her phone and got cagey if I looked over. It all clicked into place. She was right there, in my living room, while I was sitting next to her thinking about our future, and she was planning meetups with some other dude. The whole time I was thinking about taking her to see Taylor Swift. She was probably thinking, oh my God, if he's willing to take me to Taylor Swift, I could do anything to this guy and he ain't going anywhere. I mean, it sounds ridiculous now, but that's the kind of thought that goes through your head when you're blindsided like that. I tried to keep my cool, but it was like holding back a damn flood. When she finally came back into the room, I just asked her straight up, what the hell is this? I shoved the laptop in front of her. At first, she tried to deny it, rambling about how it was nothing, just friendly banter, but I wasn't buying it, not with the sheer volume of messages and the tone of them. Eventually, she broke down and admitted they'd kissed several times and had been having an emotional affair. An emotional affair, right. If they're kissing, it isn't just emotional. Call me crazy, but I wasn't quite buying that it was just kissing. I figured she was doing way more than just having his tongue in his mouth. My gut was screaming that this had been going on for a while, and it was more than just a few innocent pecks. I was devastated, not just angry, but truly gutted. Those tickets, that whole surprise, it was meant to be a special experience for us, and I couldn't stomach the thought of taking her after this betrayal. The idea of sitting next to her, pretending everything was fine, while knowing she'd been sneaking around with some other guy, it just made me sick. A special experience for us at Taylor Swift. I thought to myself, man, I needed to go on YouTube and start looking up some songs from Metallica to man up. Some old school Metallica, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, anything to shake this Swiftiness out of me. There was no way in hell I was taking her. She was my ex-girlfriend now. So, hey, rather than let them go to waste, I decided to sell them. Given how insane the Taylor Swift ticket market is right now, I figured I could get my money back, maybe even a little more. I went online, listed them, and almost immediately, offers started pouring in. I managed to sell them for $2. For Eden. That's triple what I paid. Cha-ching. Nothing like a little capitalism to put a smile on your face when you've been kicked in the teeth. A Reno or she can profit. That was awesome. Good for me. I bought them with my own money. For us, as a couple, she ruined that. When she found out I sold the tickets, she completely lost it. And completely. My phone blew up. Texts, calls, voicemails, all of them dripping with outrage. She called me petty, cruel, said I ruined her dream. Her dream. The tickets were a gift, she argued, so they belonged to her. The audacity of that statement actually made me laugh. A dry, bitter laugh. I bought them on the basis that we, as a couple, and her being a loving, loyal girlfriend, were going to go. I didn't hand them to her. The receipts weren't in her email inbox. Petty and cruel. You know what's petty and cruel? Me doing all these things for you and you cheating with your coworker. Oh, my bad. It was an emotional affair. Then her friends started messaging me, all of them saying I was an awful person for using the tickets to hurt her. No, I wasn't using the tickets to hurt her. I was using the tickets for financial gain. I felt like I had every right to sell the tickets that I bought with my own money, especially after what she did. But she was really laying it on thick, making me feel like I took things too far, like I was the bad guy in all this, and her friends were just echoing her. A chorus of angry women telling me I was a monster. I was sitting there, reading all these messages, and it almost made me second guess myself. Am I the a-hole? Seriously, I had to ask myself that question. A part of me, the part that just wanted the drama to end, almost caved. But then I looked at the profit in my bank account and remembered the gut punch of seeing those DMs. No, I wasn't the a-hole. I was redeeming myself. I had been a good boyfriend to her. A really good boyfriend. If you're willing to sit through Taylor Swift with her and spend $800 for the two of you. And how did she reward me? By cheating on me. And there was more than just emotions. It had been going on for months. She didn't care about me. Again, I thought. I needed to listen to some Metallica songs to shake this Swift Ines crap out of my mind. And stop thinking about special experiences. It was a lesson learned. Always pay attention to what your girl's doing. I'm sure there were other red flags in that relationship. Things I probably overlooked because I was too focused on being the good guy. But no, I did the right thing, and I made a profit from this. The only thing I could have done that would have equally pissed her off is if I took another chick and plastered pictures all over Instagram. But then I'd be stupid, on her level. No, dude, I had a right to do that, and I needed to block her and all her a-hole friends. And that was the end of it. She had no accountability. None. She never acknowledged that she was the one who screwed up here. And of course, all her friends were going to side with her. Someone could say, well, if the situation was reversed and she bought you tickets to something, hopefully manly, and you cheated on her, she'd have a right to sell them. And I guarantee you that even if I presented that alternative option, she would still find an excuse to twist it around and make me the bad guy. So no, I did the right thing. Everybody thought I did the right thing, except the one person bitching because I was scalping tickets. Other than that, tough shit. She's an ex. Enjoy your $1. Chasten profit. A buddy of mine, when I told him about it, just said, not the a-hole. The tickets were a gift meant for a special experience together, and her betrayal completely changed that. You had every right to sell them since you paid for them, and she broke your trust. It's understandable that she's upset, but her actions led to this situation. You're not obligated to let her keep the tickets after what she did. Don't let her or her friends guilt trip you into thinking otherwise. That resonated. I guarantee you she and her friends think I'm such a nice guy that I'd cave and go buy the tickets all over again or something. Don't make them right. Another friend put it even more plainly. Not the a-hole. You were generous to buy your girl tickets to see her favorite artist. But she betrayed your trust and hurt you deeply. You have every right to do whatever you want to do with your own property, including selling the tickets. Her reaction is disproportionate and manipulative. She's trying to shift the blame onto you and make you feel guilty for her own actions. Don't let her gaslight you. You did the right thing. She's the one that caused this mess, not you. And then there was this one comment from some random guy online that really made me smile. Vanguard anticipates returns between 3 to 5% over the next years in the stock market. You just made 300% and are about to embark on happier times than you ever could imagine with the right person, not the a-hole. Godspeed. Toss the extra money into Bitcoin. Yeah, that felt good. The last comment I read summed it up perfectly. Not the a-hole. She's just upset because she thought you'd be a pushover and take her to the show anyway. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly. Ask her and her friends what they would do if they bought $800 in tickets for a guy who cheated on them and they were expected to take him anyway. I have a strong feeling they'd handle it the way you handled it. However, they would still say they wouldn't do that. Your hopefully soon-to-be ex made bad decisions that affected her life, and now she knows that karma sometimes bites back instantly. Move on from her and her friends because they seem to live in a world where their actions don't have consequences. And I guarantee your girl will cheat on you after this, if she hasn't already, because the resentment from you selling those tickets will just grow, and she'll blame that for her developing infidelity. Cut your losses now. I'm assuming we're no longer together, and if we're still together, I'm out of my freaking mind. But we should be over and done with. Never talk to her or her ass clown friends again. So, good for me. Enjoy the $1. Second profit. I think I'll take the $800 principal and do something for myself. Maybe buy something I've always wanted. And that $1, section in profit, I'll invest it somewhere, wherever I feel fit. This whole thing was a punch to the gut, but at least I walked away with something to show for it besides a broken heart.